No one wants to suffer. Pain, loss, heartbreak, we run from them like they're monsters lurking in the dark. But what if I told you that everything you've been trying to escape is actually the very thing that's trying to wake you up? What if your suffering wasn't some cruel punishment, but the key to your awakening? And once you learn how to embrace it, your pain might just turn out to be the greatest gift you've ever received. The lie we've been told. From the moment we're born, society tells us that happiness is the ultimate goal, that a good life is one free of struggle, one where pain is nothing but a distant memory. But here's the truth, the one that thinkers like Nietzsche, Buddha, and Marcus Aurelius all recognized. Happiness is not found in comfort. It's found in growth, and growth doesn't happen without discomfort. We live in a world that prioritizes pleasure, ease, and avoiding pain at all costs. We're constantly told to pursue the good life, a life without conflict, without loss, without suffering. And in this world, suffering is something we're taught to fear. But what if suffering isn't the problem? What if the fear of it is? What if it's the fear of facing pain that holds us back from becoming the strongest, most authentic version of ourselves? The truth about suffering. You've been hurt. We all have. You've been disappointed, betrayed, and maybe even broken. But let me ask you this. Have you ever considered that your suffering might be trying to teach you something? Suffering shows us where we need to grow. It forces us to confront what we might be avoiding. Our insecurities, our self-doubt, our weaknesses. Pain reveals what is most important to us. It's like a mirror reflecting not just our limitations, but our potential. Think about it. Every time you've been at rock bottom, did you stay there forever? No. Something inside you sparked a desire to rise, to fight back, to overcome. Without those moments of suffering, would you have ever been pushed to change? The Stoics, great philosophers like Epictetus and Seneca, understood something critical. Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. What they meant is that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can always control how we respond. Pain may knock us down, but how we rise defines who we become. The function of pain. Pain is not your enemy, it's your teacher. It shows you who you really are, or who you could be. When you experience loss, fear, or failure, you're forced to face parts of yourself you might have buried under layers of comfort and distraction. Here's the brutal truth. You don't grow by avoiding pain. You grow by facing the role of adversity in self-discovery. Think about every version of yourself that's truly leveled up. Was it after an easy victory? Or was it after you went through the storm, lost everything, and had to rebuild from the ground up? Let's break it down. That heartbreak, it taught you the value of boundaries and the strength it takes to heal. That failure, it forced you to face your limitations and gave you the wisdom to try again, but smarter. That loneliness, it gave you the chance to get to know yourself, the real you beneath the surface, beyond the distractions. The Buddha taught that suffering is not the problem. It's how we respond to suffering that determines whether we grow or remain stuck. What you choose to learn from your suffering defines who you'll become, the great paradox of life. Here's the paradox. We seek happiness, yet suffering is often the vehicle that brings us to it. That's right. Without the challenges, the pain, the struggle, we would never discover the depths of our own strength. We wouldn't understand the true value of peace or joy. We wouldn't be able to truly appreciate life's moments of beauty and grace because we wouldn't know what it's like to be tested. And if you think about the people you admire, the ones who seem unshakable, the ones who seem to have it all together, ask yourself, do you think they've lived pain-free lives? Or do you think their struggles have made them more resilient, more grounded, more authentic? The great philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." But he wasn't just talking about surviving pain. He was talking about becoming stronger through it, growing from it, evolving with it, embracing suffering, not running from it. The problem is, most of us live our lives in avoidance. We dodge discomfort. We run from challenges, hoping they'll just go away. But this avoidance only keeps us stuck. It keeps us small. To truly grow, we must choose to embrace the discomfort. We must learn to walk through the pain with our heads high, knowing that on the other side we'll be more whole than before. That doesn't mean we welcome pain for the sake of it. It means we stop seeing it as something that happens to us and start seeing it as something that happens for us. How suffering transforms your perspective. What if, instead of fearing suffering, you saw it as an opportunity to shed your old self, to challenge your beliefs, to test your limits, and to reinvent yourself? Think about your past struggles, the things that once seemed impossible to overcome. How much have you grown since then? How much have you learned? Suffering doesn't define you. It refines you. It reveals who you truly are. It reveals your inner strength, your resilience, your ability to adapt. It teaches you humility, empathy, and the ability to rise when everything seems broken. It's not about avoiding the pain. It's about transforming it. The path to wisdom. Wisdom is not born from comfort, it's born from the trials, the heartaches, the moments where you've been forced to make a choice. Will I rise or will I stay down? Philosophers like Marcus Aurelius wrote about how the practice of virtue requires us to endure hardships with grace and strength. It's in the fire of adversity that we find the courage to become our best selves. But you don't need to be a philosopher to know this. Look at your own life. Think about the hardest moments you faced, the ones you thought you couldn't get through. Now look at the person you are today. That person is stronger because of it, more capable, more understanding, more alive than ever before. The real freedom, and that's where true freedom lies. Not in avoiding pain, but in learning how to navigate it. When you can walk through the toughest times without losing your sense of self, when you can face suffering with courage and perspective, you become unshakable. This is the key to power. It's not the absence of struggle, but the mastery of it. The choice is yours. So I leave you with this question. Will you continue running from your suffering? Or will you stand tall and face it? Because the moment you stop avoiding it, the moment you choose to grow through it, that's when everything changes. You are not the sum of your pain. You are the sum of how you respond to it. And you have the power to respond with strength, wisdom, and courage. Remember this: suffering is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally in disguise. So, embrace the struggle. Use it, grow through it, and watch yourself become someone unbreakable. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more content that will help you grow, evolve, and transform. We'll see you in the next one.